What's going on, everybody? This is Damien Jaxxyn with the Midnight Drive, and joining me today, I have the artist Hazel Bloom. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you. Again, I appreciate you for just reaching out and having on here. Truly means a lot and helps a lot. So I appreciate you.
Hey, yeah, man. Now, like I was, well, we were talking before we did the recording. I was telling you how I actually listened to your music before I actually found you on Instagram. You have some dope stuff. Like Trouble was the first song that I heard from you, and then finding you on Instagram, you were doing something very unique when it comes to like your brand and promotion. You were basically giving out your CD for free, but just doing like $5 shipping. And I was just like, man, that's a big risk because you could sell that for however much, whatever, and just doing it just like, hey, all I ask is just to cover the $5 shipping and you get a whole entire CD. Like that's dedication. Just like, hey, I'm not even trying to make money off this. Like I just want people to hear me.
Yeah, that's definitely I've been doing that for maybe a year and a half now, maybe 2 years. But yeah, it's pretty much kind of like you said, like if you just cover the shipping, I'll send it out because I buy the CDs, I package everything, I send everything out.
Mm.
But like at the end of the day, it's not about like making money. I just want to like spread my music to people that will actually enjoy it and want to hear it. Because I've like you said earlier, like I've grown up with a bunch of like nostalgic bands. I feel like influenced me and changed my life through their music. So that's like all I'm trying to do with music, give it out to as many people as can and hopefully like change someone's life or hear a song that they love.
Yeah, man. And you have some dope music. Like it's amazing. Like,
I appreciate you actually giving it a chance.
man. Like I said, I believe I've played something on my show before from you, or maybe it's just something that I just played in just like my spare time. I'm just like, man, this is really good. I have you on my Spotify, which I know Spotify is basically the devil when it comes to like artists and stuff for not paying what they're owed. But that's really what I got right now because Apple Music is not my favorite. I know it's probably the same like stuff, but I've been rocking with Spotify for however long now. But it's everybody has their way of like finding people. I'm pretty sure. Just Spotify needs to pay artists more.
Yeah.
It's bad when Snoop Dogg is like, "Oh, I'm taking all my music off Spotify."
Yeah, yeah. It's always the bigger people that want more, I feel like.
Hmm.
But I do see the standpoint. But yeah, I use Spotify as well. I can't knock it as well. Like if not, like I would still be like handing out like waveforms to people that no one will even listen to. Or
Hmm.
like I would only be like limited to like CDs and playing live. That's the only way people would be able to find me. So it's a double-edged sword. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah, just handing out flash drives, be like, "Yo, I need you to listen to my music."
Yeah, yeah.
Right, man. I got some questions here. I got my usual standard questions that I have for the show, but then I'll definitely ask some stuff just while doing the interview because boy, there's something that pops into my head. So, first question, always, how did you get started making music?
Oh yeah. So like I think I was like 12 or 13. Like I don't know. I don't know if this is like normal for a bunch of people out there, but like I grew up with like a bunch of friends and somehow we ended up all being into like the same. And then we're like, damn, we should start a band or something because it was I guess it ties to what I was talking to earlier that we just heard music that like we were like, shit, this is sick and like made you feel something, or
Hmm.
like other people like feel that way about music we made. So like we just ended up at like 12 years old. We all bought like shitty instruments and started trying to make music and it all sounded terrible, but that's basically how I started just picking up the bass. I never really had lessons or anything, but we kind of just you basically learn from like learning cover songs. So you just start learning what other people play it on, and then you eventually start learning to tie it into your own type of music. But I guess all in all, we started around like middle school, high school era, and I've been in like bands ever since then. I'm like 30 now, so
Mm.
it's been 16 years. So that's essentially how I kind of got started. But
I think this might be the first time I might be older than somebody because I just turned 21 a couple weeks ago.
oh, geez, I feel old.
No, I feel old.
No, no, no. Good for you, man. Good for you. You're still making it.
I tried to, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
all I can do is try. What's up? So, is a like you and your friends like did you start a band or you just like try to figure out what you all wanted to play type of thing?
Yeah, I think like some of my friends were like already playing guitar or something, and then I never played anything, so I was like, oh, I guess they don't need any more guitarists, so I learned how to play bass, and then that's what they needed for a band, so I just ended up starting with bass, and then we mostly started playing just like cover songs, like in like someone's basement until we learned everything, and then slowly like year after year we would make some like shitty songs and then just play them out at like a local venue. They weren't even like venues back at the time because we couldn't even play bars because we were like 13.
Yeah.
So like like outdoor places, like outdoor commons and all that. We would just play. Again, it would probably mostly be cover songs, but we would play some originals here and there. But that's basically how I started and like what I've been doing ever since. Just like year after year, we'd slowly like write more original music, and then we developed like a band name, and all that. And it's kind of just been evolving here and there ever since.
Right. When in your current state, how did you come up with the name Hazel Bloom?
That one. So that's like this is the first like project I've ever done by myself, but it was basically about 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. I had a friend that passed suddenly, and his last name was Hazel. So me and him were like always used to talk about music all the time, and he wanted to be in a band and all this. So like that's what we connected over. And he passed, so I was like, I wanted something to commemorate his name and to make it like live on more than just like on the gravestone and his name. So I kind of tied it into Hazel Bloom to make like his name still lives even throughout his years and whatever. So it's basically like a tribute to my friend and like kind of making his dream come through the music I put out because he also had like a similar dream to me as like touring and playing shows throughout the world.
Mm. Well, yeah, well, condolences on your loss. And
Thank you.
yeah, that is deep. And even with the name like Hazel Bloom, like that, with the more success, that's where that bloom comes from too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
'Cause-
It's got a few different, I guess, like interpretations to it, but like it means a lot to me, so I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. What are some of your like influences when it comes to like your writing process, or even just like what you listen to in like day to day?
Yeah. Oh, I got so many. Like, I guess the past year I've been really into like Third Eye Blind again. I used to be into them a lot back in the day.
Yes.
I just started like re-listening to them again and just realized how much like I love them. But like
Hmm.
back in the day, it was like back when I was like very young and like figuring out I loved music. It was like Green Day, Blink-182, Yellow Card, Taking Back Sunday. I was kind of into like that more like emo type rock type
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Uh,
you were speaking my language right now, my friend.
oh, awesome, awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, so that's those are the like the bands I was like rooted in. And then like I started like listening to like more all these other bands started coming up, like pretty much all the bands on like what Warped Tour used to be, all those bands, like A Day to Remember,
Mm-hmm.
Pierce the Veil, like more like the it's like a mix of pop punk, pop rock, and like progressive rock, I feel. But like I'm into like so many things. Like let's see, right now, who have I been listening to that's inspired me? I don't know if you know I found him actually from TikTok and Instagram too, but Elijah, he's like a more like hard rock type guy.
I don't know. I'd have to
No?
look them up.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet. Him, I've been listening to The Plot and You a lot, their newer stuff. It's more like hard rock. They used to be like very like metal.
Mm.
I kind of like they've toned it down to like more hard rock. They do a little more singing now, and that's kind of what I've been like into like recently. But like yeah, I feel like I'm all over the place with like the pop punk rock, all that type of stuff.
Do you go outside of like the rock wheelhouse sometimes? Because I love rock music, but I'll go into you know growing up where I used to live at. Like I was always into hip hop, of course.
Yeah.
I've been getting into like I guess it's called like dance pop. It's a group called Jungle, who I'm really into, and then they actually just made a like side project band called Loaded Honey, where it's kind of giving you like that old school kind of like 70s vibe, where it's just like you could like just drive around and chill and listen to in your car type of stuff.
Oh,
Are
that's
you do you like kind of do anything outside of like the rock genre? Just listen to just try to because I feel like with a lot of like rockers, especially now, like you still listen to like rock stuff, but do you find inspirations in other genres too?
oh yeah, absolutely. I've never actually it's kind of hip hop. Like I don't know. I was into like the pop EDM for a bit,
Oh yeah,
but then I was over to like I guess it's like hip hop pop kind of style. But like I was really into like Quinn 92, if you know who that is.
hmm.
I liked Black Bear a lot in his earlier
Yeah,
years. Um, I do. I guess I kind of listen to Logic a bit, so that's kind of I guess hip hop rap.
yeah. Logic doesn't get his flowers enough.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Logic can rap his ass off. Like
yeah,
he he doesn't get his flowers, and it's kind of the same with like Eminem, where people don't want to give him his flowers either. Just like they're great. Who cares that they're white or with Logic being half white or whatever? They can
yeah,
spit.
yeah. I feel that. There's always gonna be the criticism about that.
Yeah. Weirdly, Mac like got in there though. Like everybody loved Mac, so he got to be in it. But nobody ever gave like Logic and M like their flowers. Just like why?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how like the hip hop world really works, really, but I do like some of it from time to time for sure. I definitely take influence because they usually have like at least the stuff I listen to. I like the deeper lyrics with meaning, so I like
Mhm.
to listen to a bunch of that, like life stories and all that. So I'll definitely take like influence from that perspective as well.
Yeah. I feel like rock community is kind of like that too when it comes to like hip hop to where it was like things where you were like where people were like sticklers like, oh, that isn't rock, that's such and such. Um, I know with like the kind of music that you make, it is still rock, but have you ever had that thing where it's like, how can you call this rock music? This sounds more like kind of like the Black Bear and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I've definitely heard that criticism like everywhere. Like I feel like everyone hears the criticism. I especially hear like get all like the hate comments and all that whenever you put
Mm,
like so like some like statement you think about it, people are always gonna like criticize about it and yell at you, say you're wrong. But like at the end of it, it's all just like if it makes you feel good, I really don't care what the genre is. I don't always know what the genre of my music is because
mm,
I have like influences from everywhere, so I don't really know. But it doesn't really matter to me at the end of the day. Like I'll just give it a baseline and take it how it is, and that's basically it.
mhm. What have been some of the highs and lows that you've experienced while, being as like being an artist?
I would say so back I think it was like 5 years ago. Oh, not 5 years ago. It was probably like 3 years ago. Um, like you said that before, like you found me from that song Trouble. Like it was a I don't know if you know this, but it's not actually my song. It's just a cover of a song
Mm,
back in the day. But which is kind of a double-edged sword for me, dude, because it's not really my song, so I kind of hate it. That's like the top of my artistry. But either way, the high was like 3 years ago. Like I just did a random cover on TikTok to that song, and it ended up like blowing up and going viral. So like I ended up just recording that song in my studio apartment, and I just released it. It's a terrible home recording. It's just me, no processing. I didn't know how to like process music or anything, produce it. I just put it out there for people to listen to because it was going viral and everyone wanted it out there.
Mm.
So I guess that was the high. It started going up and blowing up, and it's got like 9 million listens now. And I ended up getting a bunch of calls from like labels and stuff, but the labels were like, you never trust them. They always they always say like, "Yo, yes, we love this song. We want to keep in touch." But then if you don't release another song after that that does just as well, they'll just ghost you and never talk to you again.
Mm.
So, it was still a cool experience to see. It gave me like a good taste of what the industry is like and how like hard work can pay off essentially. But I don't know. I haven't really had many lows, I guess. I try to like take every like failure I have and learn from it. I feel like that's like a better mindset I have because I definitely have like gone discouraged, like putting out like posts every day for Instagram and seeing like my post not do as well as like other people that post like kind of like the same thing and they go viral. So I guess the lowest thing for me is just comparing yourself to others. That is like it kills your self-esteem and it's like a terrible thing to do. So I try my best to stay away from doing that. But I would say that's definitely a low.
Yeah. Going back, you were talking about how, like I said, just the cover, you just put it out there. It feels like now it's people don't want to hear like the clean cut like songs. They want to hear like the rough stuff too, because they want it's like your own thing. It's you can hear like clean stuff from anybody, but like if it's your own personal thing, even if it is just the cover, it is like, well, you put your own personal spin on it. Like it's people getting to hear like the progression of your sound.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Yeah. That like again, like I don't even think about it that way, but like when I'm like writing music, I don't think about it that way. But then when I'm like
Mm,
scrolling and see people like doing covers of songs that I see and they put their own spin on it, like I really like the authenticity and like
mm,
the like what you said, the natural unedited version of it. So like I feel like it's like a different mindset you get when you're trying to like make music and it's like trying to connect the two to try to please like the other like the people who want the raw stuff.
yeah.
I feel like I just forget that people even want that until like I see a video like it. I'm like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah, because there's people out there who just do just like acoustic covers of things. I'm a big fan of Melanie Martinez, who her stuff is like so abstract, but she started out just doing like acoustic covers of like different songs in just her style, and then she got on The Voice, was still doing the same thing, and now she's a huge megastar.
Yeah,
And so yeah, like it's all just comes with just the progression of how people want to see you do stuff because it's all just taking that journey.
for sure. Yeah, you just gotta like. I feel like I've been like sometimes I've been scared to do something because it's not how I want to like portray myself. But I'm trying now to just do whatever, not whatever, but like show my exact personality, whether it's a cover, whether it's a song or a skit or whatever,
Mhm.
and just like post it and see how it does to try to like strengthen my like artistry and stop being like afraid of doing that. Because
Yeah,
like I'm sure a bunch of these people out there now, they're like afraid to even post the cover because they're afraid of the criticism. So
yeah,
it's like getting out of your like your own head is like the first battle to even getting like to where you want to be.
yeah. I think that's just like how we grew up because we were like just told to like make sure everything is like it's got to be tight, it's got to be clean, it's got to be perfect, this and that. And this is kind of now the age where it's like it doesn't kind of need to be. Like it's just we want to hear music.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
it-
I like I see that growing up you always had to like either make sure like you're perfect at like I don't know, like hitting a baseball if that like something as simple as that, like I get the standpoint you were getting to because that's like how I feel like I grew up. Everything had to be perfect before I could like release it to the world.
Yeah. Because we're just like so in our heads of like, is it gonna sound good? Did I do this right? Blah blah blah. Like I get it in my other line of work. You know, when I do music, when I'm in clubs and stuff, I'm just like, Or if I'm recording something, I'm just like, "Ah, I messed up on this. I need to tweak this, and just put it out there because people are gonna like it regardless.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly.
what are some bands or artists that inspire you?
Let's see. I got a lot. I guess a big one, like I said before, was Third Eye Blind. I love like Stephen Jenkins, the singer. I just love like who he is. At least like on the camera in his interviews. I know I say never meet your idols, but
Mm,
I love him. I love that band a lot. I love like the melodies they get out of there.
yeah,
Um, let's see. I love Taking Back Sunday. I love the singer of that. He's always been like he was like the first concert I went to and like inspired me to start making music. So I get like a lot of the emotion that he puts into it. Um, who else is there? I like the 1975 a lot too. So I like what he's for. Let's see. Panic at the Disco was another huge one for me when I was growing up. Loved him. Love like
yeah,
even though he's more pop now, I still like
yeah.
now that I kind of like. Well, I don't know if I really like his newest album. It's kind of too theatrical for me, but it's still cool.
Man.
But
I mean, Brett is a theater kid, so yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, like but like even though like I grew up loving like their like emo rock album, like I didn't like his like pop albums at first, but like
Mm,
now that like, it's been a few years, I kind of like listen to them with a new ear, and they're actually pretty good to me at least.
hmm
But like he's always been awesome. I love Paramore too, even though they're completely pop now, but
Yeah.
I grew up with them a lot.
I do miss the old school Paramore, like old school Paramore and I say old school, like but I miss the, I don't even want to say authentic because that just sounds wrong to say, but I miss that version of Paramore and Panic at the Disco where, you know, Paramore, they were doing these great heavy songs, like the somber stuff, and then
Yeah,
Panic at the Disco with their like carnival music in the background.
yeah,
Like
yes,
they were definitely the ones where people were like, "This isn't rock music. What are you talking?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" Like this is rock music.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, it might be just a different interpretation. Like the Beatles had some like weird stuff, but they're still considered rock. Like
yeah,
Panic at the Disco's in that same spot.
yeah. I feel like they were like changing, they were like bending genres there that
Mhm.
no one appreciated at the time, but I think obviously like I think a lot of people now appreciate it today. But yeah, I remember like playing like Paramore and Panic at the Disco on like Rock Band or Guitar Hero and be like, oh
Mm.
shit, so sick. But yeah, dude, I could go on all day for influences, but I feel like th those are like the heavy ones I have off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. Um, is there anybody you would want to collaborate with?
There, I think. Oh, actually, well, I'll give a different answer because I obviously want to collaborate with Third Eye Blind. That would just be like unbelievable.
Mm.
But I also love I don't know if you ever heard of Bon Iver at all. I love like his
I
music.
think so. That sounds familiar.
He's like more like acoustic and laid back. And kind of electronic now, but you might he has like a song with Taylor Swift. You might know that song. But
Is it like IVER? Well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might have heard some from them, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was.
Yeah. He's not really too much rock, but well, do you know like City and Color at all?
I don't.
No, no, all right, never mind. But anyway, he is like when I was like I guess like 10 years ago, I was going through like more of a like acoustic type of not emo electronic pop because that's when
Mm.
I was like first starting like my solo stuff. I didn't think I could be like this huge band, so I was just like focused on acoustic stuff. And he had a lot of songs that like really like spoke to me, and I love his like lyricism. He's like a poet, so like, that's why I love him a lot. But I think you'd probably know a few of his songs if you checked him out. But
I'll definitely check it out later.
yeah, Yeah, I would say Bon Iver, Third Eye Blind, or maybe the 1975. I feel those are like my top three. I would feel.
If you had the money to go see like your perfect concert, who would be a part of it?
Oh, geez. How many am I limited to? Let me hear.
Let's do I'll do an opener, two bands, and then the headliner.
Oh, geez. I feel like I gotta open up my Spotify quick. I would say Third Eye Blind, but I've seen them like 8 times, so I gotta find someone else. Who have I even be listening to? Let's see. All right, I don't think I've ever seen the Killers. I think I would love to see the Killers.
I feel like that would be a stage performance right there.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I don't know if they've like fallen off the earth or I just haven't listened to them in a while, but I feel like the Killers would
They
be so sick to see.
they randomly pop up here and there with stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. The Killers. Oh, this is hard. What else do I got here? I feel like I gotta look for like bands I haven't listened to in a while because I
Yeah.
feel like all the pop rock bands I listen to now, I see all they're not like huge artists, but
Mhm. Just pull up that when we were young poster that was
oh yeah, yeah,
that flyer that was like came out. Well, I think they end up doing that show like years later because I think that was like a fake poster or it was like kind of like that Fire Fest stuff where it was like, hey,
yeah.
we haven't been booked for this. And so then I think they actually end up making a show like the year or something afterwards, like just the bands themselves.
Dude, I feel like it definitely started as a joke, and then someone
Yeah.
was like, "No, I think we could actually do this." Since
Hmm.
Warped Tour was, they're like, "Yeah, we should probably do this."
Yeah, let's go ahead and make these billions of dollars with just 40 bands because we
Yeah,
have all these millennials and like maybe like Gen X, whatever, who know all
yeah,
these bands and just want to relive being a teenager.
yeah. Dude, it was just wild because it was only like one day, and it wasn't like a tour like Warped Tour was. It
Yeah.
was just one day. That's it.
So I think they end up doing it to where it was like a weekend.
Yeah, I think they do like 2 or 3 days now because
Hmm.
I don't know if there was like too high demand or it wasn't safe or for how
Well,
many.
because it was like 48 bands in like one day. So do you have like because I think it was like either three or four state. I think it was like three stages. So you would have to like keep going. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
they probably get like one or two songs, and then it's like, all right, here's the next three bands. I'm just like,
yeah. You had like a 15-minute set for each band. It was like they
mhm.
played 4 songs.
Yeah, you probably had to start at like noon.
Dude, yeah, yeah. And it goes till probably midnight.
Yeah,
You'd probably be a disaster if you go through the whole thing.
that'd be like going to Coachella and just spending the entire day.
Dude, yeah, yeah, for sure.
Except that would be more worth it.
Yes, yeah, probably. It's definitely they probably have a better setup for Coachella. I would have to say.
All right,
Oh,
so opening act. Who do you put for the opening act?
fuck, I don't know yet. Let me get the four, and then maybe I'll set it up here.
Uh,
I'll put Avril Lavigne on there. I've never seen
Ooh.
her, so I feel like that would be kind of cool to see for my 10-year-old sake. Let's see. So I got the Killers, Avril Lavigne. Oh God, this is much harder than I thought. Let me scroll down on here.
I mean, these are some very hard questions. Like I come in with some easy ones, and then I'll throw in like a hard one here and there.
Dude, this is probably the hardest one I've ever been asked. I don't want to fuck up this show. Do you have any any bands you would see for a dream show? Just
Oh yeah.
while I figured it out.
So I outside of like bands who I've interviewed or like local shows and stuff, I haven't been to like a like major concert. I'm going to one the next month, but this rap show is for my one of my favorite artists is Tyler the Creator. We're going to see him July 1st. But for like a rock show, I'd have to see Metallica for sure. The Pretty Reckless because they're
Oh,
fucking
that's
amazing.
yes, that's sick.
Um, System of a Down for
Oh, fuck,
sure,
fuck.
and pop and probably Rage. I think if I'm doing this by aesthetics, because also because there's a show in August in Chicago where it's System of a Down and Avenged Sevenfold. I'd have
Yeah,
them two, Rage Against the Machine, and I try to think who else would fit. I maybe just Run the Jewels just to add like more or put them with Rage so it's like that collab, and then
yeah,
like to open. I want to say like Incubus or like Sublime or like something weird just to throw it off, just to like get people hyped up.
yeah.
Um, to like look like start it off slow and then just like, all right, just get ready for just all out fucking crazy rock.
Dude, hell yeah, that's sick. I like that. All right, I think I found. I think I think I'll go for where is it? I'll go with Linkin Park as well. I've never seen Linkin Park. That would be sweet. If I could choose an era, I would like to see it with Chester instead
Yeah.
of the new. That would be phenomenal.
So
And
I'll go ahead. I'll let you finish on it. Sorry.
oh no, I guess I think 30 Seconds to Mars would be pretty sick to see.
Mm,
I think that they would probably put on a sick show.
yeah, that's the only time Jared Leto would just chill the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Jared Lowe back from like the Kill days.
Mm,
That type 30 Seconds to Mars would be sick.
yeah.
But yeah, I think fuck who would I say? Oh, I'll have Avril open. 30 Seconds to Mars, The Killers, and Linkin Park, I would say. I think that would be pretty.
That's solid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah.
But what I was gonna say, because I had this conversation with a coworker to where I feel like with Linkin Park right now, and I do think the singer that they have now is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like they should have went with a different name instead of going under the Linkin Park name.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Just like a little like side project maybe to see how it
Yeah,
goes. Yeah.
because I was just like, just going straight up with just the Linkin Park name. I get they're trying to like still tribute it with Chester, but to me, it's just like it's either like a cash grab or just trying to like feed off of that. And I'm just like, you could have did anything with this. Like you could have hit up you guys from Styles of Beyond and just been under the Styles of Beyond moniker, or find a different name or something like that. Um, or if you want like do like a collab of like Linkin Park stuff and then whatever new name where it's like, hey, we're doing some Linkin Park songs but having our own thing too. I don't like the fact that people are giving her hate because I'm just like, it's not her fault. Like she
Yeah.
auditioned and got the thing for because they were looking for a new lead singer and she got it and I'm happy for her. But
Yeah.
I just think that if it was just under a different name, it I think people wouldn't be as like triggered to it. Or honestly just give it more of a shot. Because I think that's where I'm at right now. It's like I've heard this stuff, I like it, but I'm just like I just wish it wasn't under this because it's never gonna be that again.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Like I kind of like think of the same thing like with what like Sublime did. They did like Sublime with Rome. So they
Hmm.
have that now. So like maybe they could have done something like that. But again, it's not really my place. So like I still obviously she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's their brand, their band. but I guess I gotta think of the fans mostly. I feel like I could go both ways with it. I feel like I pretty much like how you're saying as well.
It's just that thing because like I know there's like other bands where like people have left because my coworker at the time he brought up Scar Symmetry where the lead singer left and then they end up getting two people to do like the soft side and the more like harder vocals and he was like it just doesn't sound the same.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
just it's stuff like that where it's like maybe you should have like changed the name or be like, hey, like we are this, but we're gonna do some like Linkin Park tracks together, and or like decide, of like we're gonna do like use the Linkin Park name or something like that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think that probably would have been better. It would have been not better, but perceived better from like hardcore Linkin Park fans because those are probably
Hmm.
are like the most upset about it. I would have to think.
Yeah. All right. This probably kind of ties into what the question I asked you earlier of like your perfect concert. What is your Mount Rushmore of rock?
Ooh, Mount Rushmore of rock. Let's see.
Now we can also switch this to just music in general because I've had people put like Lady Gaga or like Prince or different people up there. But if you want to stick to just rock, you can.
Let me see. This is gonna be a hard one. Yeah. Oh, jeez. These are hard questions. Let me what I listen to again. What do you got for yours while I look mine up?
Mine is Soundgarden, Green
Oh,
Day.
oh yeah.
Putting Metallica up there. I'm still putting Metallica up there.
Yep.
And Jimi Hendrix.
All right. Hell yeah. I agree with that. Is this for me personally what I
For
think
you
is the best?
personally,
All right.
this is like who you listen to, who have like who shaped your music music style, or just like how you listen, like who you listen to and stuff like that, like who you think is like the top.
Let me go back here. So I feel like I grew up fully listening to like the emo rock, and I feel like I never really listened to like the huge rock bands like Metallica or Korn or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I just never like gave it a chance or whatever. I don't know. But let me see. I guess the top tier people of who like I see as like right now. I think who is big? I guess I would say Simple Plan because I've been listening to them for so long. To me, I obviously don't think they're the most talented, but Metallica is definitely bigger and better than them. But to me, I guess Simple Plan. I'll put Simple Plan. Let's see. Oh, I just have Good Charlotte.
Oh, that's nice.
Loved Good Charlotte growing up. I still love them, but let's see. Oh, I guess Sum 41 too.
Mm.
I saw them last year and they were wild. So
And
they
I
were
think they're still making music, I believe, too.
I don't know, honestly. I think the last time I heard is they were like selling their music to a label or something, but maybe they changed their mind and they're still making music now. But I did see them a few years ago or last year, and it was just a stadium and it was stacked and full. It was wild. I didn't think they were that big, honestly,
Oh,
but it
where
was
at?
sick. It was it was in Vegas. It was at like the fairgrounds.
Mm.
So that I think that's where Yeah, that's where they have like the one where Young Fest too. So
Yeah.
it was about there. They just had like the one set up stadium, and it was just like filled and surrounded by a gate.
And I need to go to Vegas.
Dude, Vegas, cool. Where are you out of Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Central Illinois, but I'm not too
Oh,
far from Chicago right now. I'm born and raised from in Chicago, but I moved out. I've moved from Chicago to like down south to Kansas, and then I moved back to Illinois. Now I'm in central bumfuck nowhere, but
yeah.
well,
I feel.
I'm in a college town. I'm where University of Illinois is.
Oh, awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've only driven through Chicago, but I've always wanted to like go and hang out there, or just in general.
Yeah, go check it out, man. Like it's, I'm pretty sure there'd be a bunch of places be like, hey, you want to come up on stage and play something?
Yeah, yeah, that's the goal the next year or two. Actually do a tour. That's for sure the goal. But I guess the last one I'll put for me, at least growing up, I guess listened to Fall Out Boy a lot. So I guess I'll put that one as the last on
Hey,
the rush.
that's solid.
Yeah,
That's pop punk royalty.
yeah, yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy, Sum 41, Good Charlotte, and Simple Plan. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's who it was. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's solid. That is a solid Mount Rushmore. That is like the no that is solid. Like I can't think of anybody else to put up there.
For like 2000s, like pop punk, emo, pop punk. I would say that's pretty. At
Mhm.
least that's what I liked, at least.
I mean, I'm right there with you. Like Good Charlotte to me doesn't get enough like conversation like mentions in that conversation. They were really good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Like
love.
they had some bangers.
I don't know if it's probably just because like it was again one of like the first like bands I found like actually on a CD. I was like, oh, I actually kind of like how this is,
Hmm.
and it's kind of stuck with me. It's kind of like a nostalgic thing, but I like them a lot. Maybe they're not the best, obviously, but yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
they were fun, man. Like,
Yeah, I just love all the like the fun like pop rock, pop punk
mhm.
type.
Yeah, like they fit that style. It was like with like a Blink 182, some 41, and all that stuff. So yeah, like they should be in that conversation with them. I don't know why people don't. They had some hits that for sure. Like I'm a big fan of the song "Unpredictable"
Yep.
and like "Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous," different shit like that. Like they have some songs that resonate with me from like childhood, and I still listen to now.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's same.
Yeah. You're talking about trying to do a tour and try to go. What are some like venues that? No, I'll start off with like what are like some states or like cities you wanted to go to and perform, and then like what are some big like venues you aspire to like perform in?
Yeah. So I have a few. I would really love to play it's called like Whiskey A Go Go, I think, in
Yeah,
Los Angeles. A lot of like bands that were small started off there. I would love to do like that place, the Troubadour also in LA, just because that's where like Elton John played there when before he was big, so that's just why I thought it was pretty sick. Um I would love to go to what's it called? Red Rocks in Colorado. That would be a dream to play there just because of the scenery. I'd love to tour to Colorado just because I've never been and I would love there.
like Colorado is beautiful. I've been there a few
Yeah.
times.
Oh, I guess that's another place I've only like driven through. I've never got to see it, but it
I,
looks
I say this to everybody, and people think I'm crazy when I say this. Colorado has the cleanest air I've ever breathed in my life.
really.
Yes.
You can just tell as soon as you get out there.
Yes.
I don't even
It was just so clean and clear as like the best like is the most picturesque scenery because you're just driving down the street and then there's just mountains like on the left or right of you. Like
yeah.
it's beautiful.
Oh, that's definitely on my list of places need to go.
Mm.
Just that would be phenomenal. I mean, even just to play Red Rocks, kill two birds, one stone. That's probably the highest peak of where I'd want to play. I would say highest peak. Let's see. I feel like I don't know many like a lot of venues because I feel like I've never been to that many states. Um, I would love to play Fenway Park. I'm from Boston. I know they do shows there sometimes, so that would be like another dream to play Fenway Park. Um, I guess those are like my top three, I would say right now until I learn about more.
Yeah. So go play at Yankee stadiums with your Boston stuff on, just like
Dude, yeah. I feel like I couldn't do that. I would have to put on like a Yankee set.
you had to have like so much security doing that. Just like who the fuck is this guy?
Dude, right? They're ruthless down there.
Yeah, speaking as a White Sox fan, like
Yeah,
I think they'll like socks of any color.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't have anything to worry about now. The Red Sox are not doing well, but
We did horrible last season, so
yeah,
I can't talk. I'm waiting
we're-
for the I'm waiting for the Cubs to go back to being ass so I can talk shit on my Cubs fan friends.
yep, yep, I feel that. But I don't, what, just curious, do you know of any like sweet venues? Like, what would be like a cool venue if you like would go to one?
I mean, my thing is I would love to go to like the United Center. So for people listening and watching this, but my outside of doing my radio show, I am a DJ. I go by a different name. And with that, I've always been like, I want to do the United Center. I guess I've gone when I was like a child, but I don't remember it. That's where I'm going in next month. And just having being in that environment, just being like a huge arena like that would be cool.
Yeah,
MSG, of course, because it's just set where everybody talks about going to. Apparently we're doing these interviews. People say like places in Nashville. I can't think of like spots on top of my head. They say Nashville is like a really good place for music because of it's Nashville. It's
yeah,
it's basically like the music capital. Um, Red Rocks, of course. Like I'm mad I didn't get to see like Run the Jewels and Wu-Tang out there like a couple years ago in like September. Um, uh, this place like out of the country I want to go to, like doing the O2, Wembley. Like
oh yeah,
if I ever got popular enough to fill out 100,000 seats, which I don't think would happen anytime soon. Like
nah,
fingers crossed and knock on wood if that ever does. But man, it that is a leap. Like you gotta like that's grinded on a different level.
yeah. You gotta believe it though. That's what they
Hmm.
say. You gotta manifest it.
Yeah, Ibiza just to like get into like that tech house and different stuff
Yeah,
and being a part of that. Um, would love to go to like Berlin.
that's fair. All right, you got a lot of better options than I had.
I mean, it's stuff that like I've talked about before, where just like if I could do these things, like it's not like a if I can do this, I know I've made it. It's like if I know people will like at least heard of me, or if I got invited to it, I can show people my style of DJing, and you know, because
Yeah,
they were like, all right, then I know I'm making the right moves, making the right decisions with my career.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I feel like even with artists, when you making these like steps, it's like, okay, I'm making progress. I'm doing bigger shows. People are hearing about me more. I'm collaborating with different people who aren't just local or came up in the same local scene as me, and we're doing the same progression. And we're meeting these like bigger bands, and then you're getting on those huge stages to where you're not opening up for like a big band like the Killers or whatever. Like you are now like the middle act, or they're opening up for you,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that
which would be awesome.
yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. Telling myself. well. That would just be just to like experience that like would just be awesome. Not even to like even headline, just to be a part of like a huge show like that. I feel that would be like out of this world.
Oh yeah. Where has your favorite? What has been your favorite place to perform?
I honestly have only I've only done two shows
Hmm.
since I've been out, but my first show as like a full band, I finally got like a full band to play with me. We're playing it like we're actually playing like this crazy axes place. It's like an axe throwing place.
Oh,
But that will probably be the best one I've played as like Hazel Bloom. But like before when I was in previous bands, I played this it's kind of like a staple venue from where I'm from, and it's called Worcester, Mass, but it's called like the Palladium. Like so many like touring bands, all these bands that I look up to have played there. So I think that that's probably the sweetest place I've played so far.
hmm.
But I definitely am gonna top that in the next year for my as my goal is gonna be to top that next year.
Yeah. I've asked this question from a couple bands before who live, I believe, like close to where you are. They like in the New Hampshire area, but are like close to Boston and stuff. Where you are, is it like a big rock scene?
I would yeah, I think so. Like Worcester, I would say Worcester and like Boston. So Worcester's like 40 minutes from Boston
Mm,
to like west. Yeah, west. Yeah, I think there's like it's starting to get bigger again. It was huge, I feel like 10 years ago, and it maybe died down a little bit, but
mm,
there's a huge like heavy metal scene, rock scene. There's a lot of like hardcore too. But
mhm.
I think those are like the biggest things around Boston. They have like some rap, but I don't really hear much about it. Like I know one rapper, but it's a lot of like bands of like pop rock and heavy rock, I would think. That's mostly going around here.
Yeah, because I believe it was when I talked to Sam from House Lights, he was saying how it's more of like the heavier rock out
Yeah.
there, out in that area. Which I think he's not too far from you.
Yeah. Yeah, New Hampshire, like New Hampshire again is like another 30, 40 minutes north. So that's probably not that he's probably not that far from me. I haven't heard of the house lights though. I'll probably have
Yeah,
to find them out.
yeah. House Lights in Anaria.
Okay.
I think they're like around. They're in like the New Hampshire area. Hit them up. Like they do some great stuff. They're more like the heavier metals, like heavier rock and metal side. But I mean that's a way of like getting some stuff done. I know Sam. He was saying that I think he puts together shows around where he is, and what also doing like the band stuff. So that's connections right there.
Dude, absolutely. If I can't write them down now, but I'll end up I'm sure I'll be DMing you to keep in touch anyway.
Oh, yeah. Be like, hey, come back later. Be like, hey, so how's the success been going? Like, oh yeah, man, I just did 10 shows out. And
Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, I hope you do that as well. I'm hoping I do, but I hope you go for that too.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to do the best I can. Like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to go. I'm just like all the like people that I talk to on these shows. I'm trying to figure out what my next move is going to be, where the best possible place to do what I do is, whether it be inside of Illinois or going to different states, which is my plan now. I want to make this bigger. Like I know I do this like once a week. I want to do it more. I know it's just a little community radio station, but I want more people to hear it. That's why I try to do as much as I can so I can get the engagement and more people know about it. But I do these interviews. When I'm doing the show, I'm also putting it on Twitch so people see it more. I'll do live on my Instagram sometimes. So whatever I need to do, so that way more people know what I'm doing. I know it's hard because the show is at midnight, and either people are asleep or not trying to listen to what I'm playing. But hey, like I tell people, like I'm doing the most for I'm doing the most effort for something that is so small, but it works for me.
No, dude, that's awesome, dude. That's a phenomenal like mindset to have. Like giving is you're gonna get more with giving. So
Hmm.
phenomenal to do, and like you're meeting so many different people and making connections just doing this. So
Yeah.
that in itself like amazing as well.
Yeah. And it's for pure reasons because just like it's so many people out there who are either in the same boat as me, where just like you try to figure out what the next move is, or putting stuff on Instagram and maybe getting some followers and views here, but want to do more. And I want people to be highlighted, and so that way they can get more people and get better success. Talked to somebody who I interviewed on here before, and now they're doing a tour in Europe right now.
Oh, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Keeping that mindset is key, and just like striving forward and just like I said, helping others helps you out more in the long run. So, dude, you're doing amazing. So I appreciate it as
yeah,
much as well.
yeah, no problem. I got one more question for you, and you get up out of here. It's probably going to be the hardest question I've asked you all day. Are you
Oh
ready?
no. Yes.
Whether you are at home or you are traveling, what is your favorite place to get food?
Ooh, favorite place. All right. I think it's a place where it's local to me.
Hmm.
I'm a huge pizza person. That's probably like the main thing I would eat for almost any time. But it's called the Wonder Bar, but it's in this place called Worcester, Mass, which is where I'm from. It's like on a cool, like a little busy street where you can like just walk to a bunch of like different restaurants and bars. So you can either go in, grab a slice and walk around, or you can go in, sit, get pizza, have some drinks, watch some like sports, whatever you want to do. But I don't know what they put in the pizza, but it's probably the best pizza I've ever tasted in my life anywhere I've gone. But that's like always a place I go to on the weekends whenever like I don't know where else to go. I'll go there.
Right. Honestly, those pizza places where they sell slices are like essential because you're just like, I just want to get a couple. I don't need to get the whole pie.
Yes, I agree, dude. You can just take it. Like you don't have to sit there as well. You can just take it and go. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter. That's what I loved about like when I went to New York. They just have those everywhere. Go in, pop out. I'm sure they got a bunch of those in Chicago too. But
Oh yeah, it's a few places.
yeah, yeah. Are you a deep dish or regular pizza person?
I do both. I
Oh,
will get deep dish here and there, but I will get the tavern style. Like I grew up on both.
yeah. All
Like
right. Hell
I know they try to make the deep dish pizza a stigma of like for tourists. It's not for tourists. They're like I've grown up in Southside Chicago. I go to Beggar's Pizza. That's like one of the best places I go to, and they have both tavern style, the thin crust, and deep dish. Does deep dish take about an hour to make? Yes, but it's worth it.
yeah. Always is for sure.
Mhm. Like it's good pizza. I know people give shit about it. Like I've seen the Jon Stewart clip where he was just like deep dish pizza. It's not a pizza. It's a casserole. Blah, blah. I'm just like,
Dude, there's always got criticism for everything.
yeah. I mean, everybody criticizes food, so it's just
Yeah,
like everybody has their thing. I know, like New York style, it's like the big slice of pizza, but it's like thin. Everybody has their thing. Everybody has what they have. I know like there's like a St. Louis style pizza that I haven't tried. That I told someone I was going to try the next time I go to St. Louis, but I guess they use like a different cheese. Um,
yeah.
and then yeah, there's like California style, which I think that one's supposed to be like more like cracker stuff, like it's supposed to be like crispy or something. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of like I don't know if you ever had it. It's called like California Pizza Kitchen. I
Yeah,
can see that. I never knew that was a thing. I just thought that's how they made it.
yeah. Apparently, I guess it's supposed to be like a thinner like crust, which I'm just like, how thin can you make something? But
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's either supposed to be like crispier or something. I don't know. Something unless I'm in California, which don't know when that's going to be. Like I'll
yeah,
probably try it then.
yeah, yeah. No, I've had it before, and now it's making sense. Yeah, it is very thin. It's like than New York. It's I you can like basically see through it and it's like
Yeah.
crispy.
Because it's less calories.
Yeah, of course, that's how it
E-
has to be out there.
Everything out there is just like less calories and no gluten.
Yep.
All dietary needs are met when you're eating those pizzas. You're still gonna be hungry after eating one.
All right, it's gonna be $45.
Hmm. That's for the one pizza because they use like goat cheese and whatever else.
Yep. Yep. That's how it was. I used to live in LA, and yeah, it was just so expensive, and everything was gluten free, vegan, which is nothing wrong with any of that, but like
Yeah,
it's just everywhere.
yeah, it's a lifestyle for everybody. Everybody has that thing, but it's just like, can I get some meat and some regular cheese? Can I get normal people food?
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
see
get
that.
I'm gonna get some emails from vegans, be like, I heard you say. I'm just like, I said what I said. Say.
I take it or leave it.
I'm like, here's a glass of whole milk. Drink that without shitting your pants.
I feel that.
How did so you say you lived out in California? How did you enjoy? Were you doing music out there, or you just like living out there for a while?
I always wanted to like move out there and just live out there for the experience. I did move out there like primarily for music, just to like work with like a bit different producers and all that, because there's not too many around where I'm from.
Hmm.
So I wanted to do that and just see the scenery and enjoy it out there. But I moved out there. Literally moved out there in 2020, like 2 days before COVID and the world
Uh,
shut down. So like I had like 2 days, and then for the next like 2 years, was just like kind of stuck. But after that, I was there for like 4 years in total. It
hmm.
was really nice. I mean, it was kind of nice during COVID as well because I never got to experience the traffic. So
Yeah, because
like I
yeah,
could,
I heard with California they like shut everything down.
yeah, yeah. So like I was like, oh, why is everyone complaining about the traffic here? It's really not bad because like I could get everywhere within like 30 minutes.
Hmm.
But then after 2 years, everything was like back to normal, and it took literally took you an hour and a half to go 10 miles anywhere you go. So definitely got it was good for like the time being where I was there, but it's definitely a complete different lifestyle. It's a very slow lifestyle, and you have to be okay with that.
Oh yeah. How was it like in Boston?
Boston is it's kind of similar, but it's definitely not that bad for traffic wise, at
Hmm.
least. I feel like I drove through Chicago, and I feel like it's kind of similar to Chicago. It's
Hmm.
like it's not a huge city. It's just like a city in one spot, and then there's a bunch of main highways that go into it and out of it. So it's not really too spread out.
Hmm.
But LA was more like very spread out, and like everything was on top of each other. All the houses were on top of each other, and all the like side roads, like where like little cul-de-sacs where people live, like street lights. So there's like street lights every like 100 feet
Hmm.
for 20 miles, no matter which way you go. So that's why it takes so long to get everywhere. They don't have like a lot of highway. Well, they have a lot of highways, but it's just like I said, more spread out, I guess.
Yeah. Is because Chicago, you can still like walk around, or if you want to take the bus or whatever, you can instead of driving. Is Boston or like what the part of where you are, like, is it you can still like walk around, or you can get on like a bus and it'll take you wherever you need to go, like still has that public transit. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boston has that. They have a T service too to go in and out if you want to. They have the bus, taxi. Like it's easy to get around there. You don't have to like wait in traffic for that long. So it's like
is it? Do they still have like it's still taxis and not like Ubers and Lyfts a lot? Because I know right now like taxis are kind of like going towards the wayside. Like there's some here and there, but not as much.
yeah, I think it's definitely mostly Uber and Lyft, I feel, but I do see like a lot of taxis. I don't know if it's just Boston or if it's everywhere, but like at some point, like Ubers were definitely getting way more expensive than just taking a taxi was. So they're kind of like, I feel like evened out now that they're now half and half since they're now like kind of the same price again. But
It
there's
might
definitely
be go.
still,
I was saying it might be certain spots, or if it's like major cities, or it could just be like more East Coast. Because I know New York apparently they use a lot of taxis, and it was like a thing out there to where they were like fighting for taxi services to still be around. Boston could be that same way, where it's like, nah, we don't want this here, and want to keep taxis around, and that's why like also with Ubers and Lyfts being however much money it is, because they do be price gouging.
yeah,
I mean, taxis are essential to a certain degree. Like they suck sometimes, but if you only got cash on you and they take cash, gotta take what you can take.
yeah, exactly. I don't know if it'll ever go like fully Uber or not, but like my friend lives in New York City and he's saying they have like autonomous Ubers now.
Hmm.
Don't even like you don't even need a person to drive. So
Yeah.
that's I feel that's gonna start a whole nother war because obviously it takes away a ton of jobs.
Yeah, oh, they're doing that in California, where it's like
Yeah.
they pick you up from like the airports and stuff, and it's
Mhm.
like I don't know about being in the back of a car and a robot is just driving me. Like I am all for advancements of technology. Like I'm a blurred. Like I was always big into like tech and stuff, but there is certain stuff right now that we do not need. Like
Yeah. I
this stuff is still being like test phase.
yeah, for sure. I feel like they should test that for like 5 to 10 years just to make
Hmm.
sure. I don't know if they've done that, but
No. And if
I don't
Elon's
think right
if
now.
yeah, and if Elon is making it, just take it off the street right now.
Yeah.
Unless it's the original Teslas, not the Cybertrucks and stuff. If it's anything when he first started making like the Model 3s and stuff, fine, make those like autonomous, but just have somebody else controlling it, not him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Dude. Wild
Right?
times for
Oh yeah, man. Like it. Before we get into that tangent, man, it's been good talking to you. Let people know where they can find you. Do you have like a project, any new projects coming out?
Yeah, yeah. So I have like a bunch of stuff in the works. I think I'm gonna go and release I think I'm gonna release an EP by definitely by the end of the year and then a new album probably soon or yeah, probably first quarter next year. So I got definitely got new music on the way. I'm getting I'm practicing working on live shows, so I'm trying to get more live shows to play out there. And yes, like I got Hazel Bloom at like Instagram, TikTok, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it these days, Facebook. I do have a website, but like there's not much on it. But I do have a email list. If you want to get in the email list, I send out like behind the scenes stuff to like my albums and all that. If you're like a music nerd and want to go behind all the music stuff, I have that all set up because I kind of like seeing that with artists. So I wanted to give it to people who liked it. But yeah, that's everywhere you can find me. Anywhere you look for music, you'll find me. And yeah, I got a bunch of new stuff coming, so I'm stoked for the next part of the year.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I'm excited to hear the new music. Make sure if you're listening or watching, make sure you listen to his music and make sure you keep an eye out on when that EP comes out, because I definitely will be. But all right, that has been it, everybody. We out.